bananas. Correct, welcome on. My name is John.
Hello. Hello, hello. Okay, we are live, I guess. Everything should be fine. Let's play some poker. Okay, I have the RNG. I need the chat. What did I do? No. Okay. Looks like it's fine. Okay. What's wrong with the mic? Why is the volume so low? Does it really need to be like... No, I moved the camera. The cables. Fuck, my setup is so... Okay. Fine. Hello. Do I need to scream? What the is with this mic? And let me get the chat somewhere here so I can see it. Put it on chat. No one is texting me. What's that size? Okay, let's open more tables. I promise I'll get the setup right. 2. Okay. Whoop. This should be better. We call here. Extraterrestrial. This we lose the time bank. Okay, I cannot see because of this mic here. I think this is strong enough to ISO. And here I have my notes. Okay. Limp pot is high, I guess. I'm gonna go for a small bet here. Ace 9 could be strong enough to stab small sometimes. I don't really know anything about most of these opponents. Okay, on a queen. Having a flash draw. Guess I could check. Let him bluff himself. You're gonna go for a small bet for value. And I'm gonna put the RNG here. I guess half pot against the recreational. I guess I could go for a call, although he's gonna have a decent amount of ace-x. Interesting he bet that size with 2 pair. But yeah, generally those sizes from recreationals are going to be overbluffed. This enemy guy, I suspect he might be a recreational just because of the 3-bet size he used before. Or I guess it was... No, I'm wrong. But I still suspect he's a recreational based on the fact that he flatted cutoff. And now I guess we... yeah, I think these are fish, so... Gonna put some more money into the pot. Hopefully we flop a stud and get them both. Okay. Yeah, here maybe I would stab with a spade, but without one I don't think it's great, especially versus 2 recreationals that are likely not going to overfold here. Yeah, I know, I'm a little fish. I can't stop myself from rabbiting. Hi, Bogdan. Thank you. Let's get some stacks. A lot of short stackers. I don't like seeing that, but what can I do? Uh, Here I think I like going for a 4, but gonna make it a bit bigger as there's a cold call and he's getting bad roads for calling, of course. Need to see if I have any notes on anyone here. No music today because I cannot find like last time I was playing with a very shitty playlist of non-copyrighted music, and even though it was very shitty, I still got a copyright streak, so maybe I can listen to some Romanian rap songs because those are not copyrighted. King Jack, not very often a 3-bet. Here we flop a set, which is obviously amazing to see. On the ace high boards, I'm gonna have bigger raise sizes. So gonna go for it, of course. Yeah, I would never check here. I'm gonna use a slight overbet. Maybe pot would be enough to get all the money in by the river. Here I'm gonna have some polar bets. King high is not gonna bet super often, maybe some low frequency. And a very nice river, just gonna shove, of course. I mean, not for my range, but it's a very nice river in the sense that he's probably not expecting me to have a lot of full houses when the 7 pairs. And here versus such a small size, I think I like a raise. I'm gonna have a bunch of 7x. Gonna have some queen jack too. And I think they are gonna be quite face up with sizes often. Nice getting a fold. Hopefully this works. Would be nice if you could see my face. Yeah, I still have this issue with the mic and I don't know who could help me solve it. Here the offsuit cards, especially against short stackers, are not too great to ISO and play out of position. So I guess limping is fine. Ace queen in these positions is going to be a call versus a 3-bet. Here I guess we could start bluffing with club. We block some continues. And we also have an 8 and a queen to a straight, so that's kind of nice. Here against the quarter, I guess this is gonna be kind of indifferent, and considering he's also short and I don't think people really 4-bet enough, I'm just gonna go for a fold. Against 3x with this rake structure, actually he's short stack, so I think I like the fold. Maybe not, because he's gonna be a recreational. I guess it's close. This guy is 3-betting, 4-betting quite a lot, and King Queen is a good candidate for a 4-bet, but this time just gonna go for a call. I guess this size, I mean, we could find some raises. The problem with this is we kind of block a lot of autofolds and we're beating all the bluffs, so I'm gonna go for a call. Queen 10-8, usually on these straight boards I'm just gonna use a 40% size. Not betting my whole range, but we can still bet quite often. I guess we could find some raises here, but I think calling's fine. Don't think we can fold the king yet to this size, although I might be wrong. I will mark that hand for review. Kind of tempted to call here, to be fair. I mean, there's a lot of jack X in his range, bunch of queen X and miss flush draws, but this just seems like some kind of super mergy bet. It's probably a recreational too, and I think the texture is kind of underbluffed, so gonna make the disciplined play and fold. We got some kings here. Let's hope we get the stack. Why not? Maybe it's time to get a stack. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. Call queens. Oh no. Okay, here for 10-8. I mean, we don't really want to check call this. We have a recreational here. 3 ways. I don't think we should bet very often though. I guess we can call this here just because we have at least a recreational in the small blind. I'm not sure about the Tommy guy. It's such a small size. I think we could find a raise here. I mean, we don't really want to be sandwiched with this hand against 2 players, and I think on Unibet people tend to be a bit more like bet size equal hand strength kind of people. So yeah, I don't really mind raising. I hope it's not a 7! Ah! It was a 7. Ace 5 in these positions, it's not strong enough to go for a cold 4-bet. Here 6-8 without the backdoor, mostly a call. I guess we can have a very low frequency of raise. But mostly calling, especially against the recreationals. We don't care much about balance. Here I think I like raising, just because people tend to oversee bet these monotone boards. At this point, I guess I'm still calling, just because I expect his range to be a bit too wide and there's still a bunch of draws in there. At this point, I mean, I'm not a monotone board expert, but I guess we should be quite polar on the turn. Betting our best value and bluffs. Here I think this guy is some kind of fish. And now on the river, I guess we want some full house blockers, but can still probably bluff this, although I don't really want to go huge. Although we're blocking a bunch of folds, not blocking full houses. I guess I'm giving it up. Here, three ways. I mean, this is still a decent board for us. Guess we could have some c-bets. Not gonna c-bet it all the time though. And we roll high, so we're gonna check. Here, just gonna go bigger. And at this point, even though I think he's quite spewy and stuff, he can still have all the sets when he's flatting the cutoff. And yeah, I don't find that many bluffs, especially when we block the 8, so... And 8-9 also gets there. Maybe I could fold turn. I only have a gut shot and 2 outs to the set. Yeah, gonna 3-bet him. He seems just way too wide, this enemy guy, I mean. Hopefully he's not watching the stream. 4-5 gonna be a 3-bet quite frequently, but against earlier positions not that much, so we're just, oops. Just going for a call, quite a nice flop for our hand. People c-bet here too much. The idea is, I don't think they open suited king x as much as they should, but we're gonna have all the suited king x. So it's not that good of a board for them as it's from later positions. Probably range betting here, gonna go for a check raise. Need to check if I have any notes on him. No. Nice to get 3 bets, especially big when we have kings. I guess this becomes quite indifferent, but with the backdoor flush draw drawing to the nuts a bit deeper, I think it's nice to call. And this is a better card for us. We have more 4-5. We're gonna have some sets still, and he might check back a lot, so I guess I like going for a donk here. I haven't really studied this or anything, but like it makes sense to me. I will mark that hand and see if that's the case, if we can really have donks there or not. But yeah, even exploitatively, I feel like people just 3-bet a lot and then check back a bunch of their bluffs. Queen 8 gonna be a 3-bet at a decent frequency, and we're gonna go for it. Jack 10, kind of close, but we can 3-bet it sometimes, of course. 9-10 in these positions, pure 3-bet. Oh, kings again? Hmm. Took a note on. Yeah, actually, maybe I shouldn't say so many things because I don't know who's watching the stream or not, and it might turn against me, you know? I think Bijou was a recreational. I remember having some notes on him. So yeah, about Bijou, we know he's overstabbing and then giving up river. When he misses, King Jack a bit too weak to do anything. Here, facing a 3-bet and the shove, I think it's too weak to do anything. Just gonna 3-bet here because I feel like this guy is so wide. Too wide. Another hand against him, we got queens, he's folding to the 3-bet. Hopefully we don't have the same nickname, folding to the 3-bet again, so yeah, it might be a bit of a pattern. Here, I guess ace 10 is kind of close, maybe not a 4-bet, but like if he knows if button knows this guy is that wide and like starts folding to 3-bets a lot, then he's probably 3-betting wider, so it makes sense that we also 4-bet wider. Here, this guy's a recreational, nice to have kings against him. Calling a 4-bet. Hopefully he doesn't have jacks or aces. Just gonna get it in, of course. Here I'm gonna call twice just because I know he's giving up river when he misses and there's a lot of draws available. What the fuck, Joker guy? 3-3-3. Nice, nice, nice. Come on, give us all your monies. What a whale. Okay, I said he's a fish, but he's a whale. Okay, he's not giving up and using big sizes, so just folding by the river. 8 here. I think I prefer squeezing. There's some dead money in the pot and it probably plays better heads up, especially if this guy calls. I suspect he's a recreational. This guy might be a rag. Ace 4, not very often a 3-bet in these positions. Here, just giving up and hoping he has sevens. It's quite tight position spot, so I don't imagine I'm good all that often. I think we can already full turn in these positions. Fold, fold. Ah, my mouse has some weird stuff. I hope by cleaning my PC it's gonna make it work better. And it did for a while. What the f- What's wrong with you? And here, once they both call, I think I'm just gonna check back and maybe bluff the river on some more scarier cards. Nice board for my hand. Not great for my range, but it doesn't really matter when we're facing a recreational, really. And here I think I like going for another bet. Just because he's gonna have a bunch of worse flush draws, he's gonna have a bunch of hands like 4 5 6 5 3 5 4 deuce 4 whatever that I doubt he's going to fold. Maybe once in a blue moon he folds 8s here, which would be great. And now we're beat by a bunch of those hands, unfortunately. Maybe we still win against 10-8 off diamonds. Yeah, well, we lose, but I still like the play, so. Very important not to be results oriented. Some action here. I mean action. Hopefully he just folds. It's not the greatest hand, but something to show on stream at least. Anyone here in the chat? I feel so lonely. Lonely. I'm so lonely. I have nobody in my chat. Ooh. I love 3-betting him. I wonder when he's gonna get mad and just do a random spew. Here I'm gonna range bet. It's not correct in theory, but I think it's very nice exploitatively. Most people don't call or check raise enough, so. Let's keep ourselves hydrated. We got the limp pot here with Bijou c-betting quite big and facing the raise. We're just gonna fold, but it still might give us some info on how they play. I think seeing a showdown here can be quite valuable. Wow, told you. Here I'm just gonna basically shove on him. what did he call and win? Oh my god. Here, ace 10, deuce. I guess we can still have a high c-betting frequency even for bigger sizes. But I think nines is gonna be checking back very frequently. Amunci și zile. And facing an overbet, we don't really need to call. I mean, we're blocking a lot of natural bluffs. We don't really have nice outs. Ace 8 against this size, I think it's a bit too bad to call. I need to sit out for a moment because I need the toilet. I need a nice trip to the toilet. Nice board. I'm just gonna range bet for 40. It's a great board for us. Hope he has queen, king, queen, or king, jack. And we take all the monies in the world. Or maybe he's fishy enough to have like king 8 offsuit. I'm gonna tank for a little bit and then I'm gonna shove. Yes! Told you, the law of manifestation. I am the kind of person who always wins all-ins. Can you see me or is it too dark? Should be good enough. Oh. I should have sit out earlier. I really need the toilet. Hi, not like that. Thank you. We're running quite good till now. Can't complain, can't complain. Hopefully Joker Race comes back. He's an insane fish. 8-9. Not very often an open, but it seems like the table is pretty passive if I'm not mistaken, so I would prefer having some recreationals in the big blind. There is no proof for that though. 9-7-4, I mean, I guess we could see bet here relatively often. We could use small bets, big bets. I think I prefer using bigger bets and checking back at a decent frequency. 8-9 is a bit mergy as we're gonna have pretty much yeah. Gonna have king 9, ace 9. It's gonna have a lot of better 9x. On a king we can delay, see bet quite frequently. I guess this would be a mix, maybe a low frequency delay. We roll high, so Gonna check and back bet the river if he checks again. Okay, gonna take a very quick break to go to the toilet and get some more water, and I'll see you soon. sit out that long, come on. I didn't sit out that long. I'm just gonna open them again. Hopefully I still find the recreationals. No, I'm playing 200. Well, I only have 5 tables now instead of 6, but hopefully we find another one soon. Should I bluff here? Don't think we're getting many better hands to fold, I mean. Just have an open ender on a flash board, not clean outs. Might have ace king sometimes and we could be dead. Here, ace 9, I think it's gonna be a fold without the backdoor. He's using the right size here, like, that size makes ace x indifferent. Maybe it's still good enough to call, I'm not sure. I will mark it for review. Here, we're gonna have to check back very, very frequently. Close to range, I think. Here I guess we can get enough worse hands to call, especially when he doesn't stab. Ace 8, I think very low frequency c-bet. Hi Ain, nice seeing you around, what's up? How's life? And facing 3/4 here, I guess he's gonna have a decent amount of 9x. Gonna have some flush draws. Is this gonna be overbluffed though? I doubt. I guess we can call it low frequency. I roll 6, so I'm gonna call king queen. Mostly calling, low frequency 3-betting, and this time we roll low. And against 3/4. Yeah, I think people are gonna give up some miss flash draws. Not having that many 9x, so just gonna fold. Queen 9, gonna go for a 3-bet. Range bet this one. I think people massively overfold these flops. So as a consequence, we can bet often on the flop, but then once they call, the ranges are gonna be much tighter. So we need to be way more careful. Don't know what's wrong with my mouse. It just and giving up. I click and nothing happens. And I don't think it's the mouse, just because I used it on my laptop and it doesn't do this. So maybe it's the USB port and I should change it, but I'm playing right now, so what should I do? sevens unless there's recreationals in the blinds. Just gonna go for a pure 3-bet. Here against the fish, gonna open. Again, getting 3-bet when we have kings. Very lucky. Blind versus blind, we can keep our 4-betting size small. And that is because their range is gonna be very polar. So either trashy hands or very good hands. And against that kind of range, there's no need to make it too big. Here, I have a note on this guy that he's a recreational and he's stabbing in position big quite often. Therefore, I prefer to check, good hands to him very often. I don't like that river. It completes a lot of his bluffs. Should I turn on the light or is it good enough? I guess with the notes on, because they are white, it should be fine. Eight seven, gonna be a mix. Sometimes calling here. Range betting in practice. Again, small blind, I don't think this texture is very good for us, and we don't really have anything but auto-fold blockers. Facing 3/4 here, I still don't think we can fold a pair, but again, we need to be aware these people on Unibet are kind of face up with their bet sizes, so gotta be careful. And now he's going small. We find some raises here. Are we getting anything better to fold? I don't think so. Here 8-7, not even drawing to the nuts without the backdoor is definitely not strong enough to raise, but we can put in a call. Here, what's his value range when he goes big on the flop? Small turn and then he bets half pot on the river. It doesn't make all that much sense to me, really. I can't... What the fuck? That's so stupid, man. That's so stupid. Maybe it's some kind of size trying to induce, or maybe he's just betting for my range. Hopefully he thinks I don't have anything to call with, or I don't know. Ace 10, yes, we open, fold. Started using crypto, so now you withdraw through it. Skrill was a very big fee. You're still playing that stupid GG, aren't you? Bjornos, I remember having notes on this guy. Fierce straightforward. Takes no showdown value to showdown easy. While white calls out of position 3-way. Often 3-bet super small. Check raise is small. Often post flop. I'm not sure here. We have a gut shot, we have an ace. I guess he's gonna give up quite often on the turn. So I'll call once, but yeah, him being short stack, I don't like it that much. Not a lot of tables, but full of racks, which I obviously like seeing. I don't like summers for poker. Here we are blind versus blind, jack 9-8. I'm gonna go 40 and I'm gonna mix. Ace jack is going to bet middling frequency, I would say. I call sixes just because I suspect the big blind might be a recreational, although on Unibet you can play with some tickets, so it doesn't mean that every time that they play a bit short they are actually recreationals. Hi Tyler. Well, I just use a Google Drive document. Here we can bet small and quite frequently, and I imagine sixes is going to be quite a frequent bet. It needs protection. It can definitely get called by worse, and yeah, I assume people don't really find a lot of check raises in this spot. Of course, every time I say that I get check raised, already get used to it, and I'm folding. Here, getting 3-bet by what's probably a recreational, because I don't think Regs will ever use that size to squeeze from the big blind. Let's see if I have any notes. Not really. Don't like seeing this much, but obviously calling queens. What the fuck? Okay. What the actual fuck? Like, people just go crazy and donate money. Love seeing it. What is he thinking? He's like, I didn't have a good hand in a while and now I have a terrible hand, but I just feel like getting it in. Let's get it in. I feel like I'm gonna get a 10 on the turn. Let's get it in. Thank you. What can I say? What stakes are you playing right now? Ace Jack 4. Yeah, I'm not sure here from early positions. I guess we can go for a small c-bet quite often. If we were button against cutoff, I think we need to be a bit more careful. And once we c-bet small and often, I guess we should be a bit more polar on the turn and start using overbets, quite big overbets, I would say. We 3-bet here, ace queen suited from the big blind against button, very standard. And on this board we can have quite a high c-betting frequency. Ace queen without a backdoor or a flush draw, it's gonna get in there at like decent frequency as well, just because it can get called by a lot of worse hands. Don't think he should fold any pairs, but yeah. And now once we bet big on the flop and he calls, especially with two flush draws, the ace is not great for us, because we don't bet a lot of ace x. He's still gonna have stuff like ace 5, ace 3, ace deuce, ace x plus flush draw, so we're gonna check quite often, maybe close to range. you even call that pre-flop? Like, what the fuck, man? These people are so bad. I should just play all day long and make a shit ton of money, I think. Here, I think we could have some c-bats for 3/4. Not gonna put 4s in there though very often. At this point, does it make sense to bet small to get some value from 3x and some flash draws, or should we check? I guess at some frequency we can bet. This board, I guess we can just see that. I mean, he still has ace queen. But yeah, we're gonna make under pairs indifferent, so that's nice. And now blocking some hands like 8-9, which are going to fold. Still, he's gonna have a lot of, yeah, gonna mix 50-50. I roll low, so I'm gonna bet. Here, gonna go 40. Call. And now on the river, without the spade, I'm just giving up. Here against the recreational, I guess we can call twice. Mostly gonna bet this, but I rolled very high, so gonna check back this time. And facing an overbet. Guess he's not gonna raise all the 6x. Block some bluffs like queen jack and stuff. 3-4. I mean, I don't see how he could have 3-4. Okay, I lost my time bank. Fuck it. I don't really mind the fold, to be fair. Ace-3 from these positions. I guess I'm just gonna fold. Quite a big bet. I think I can fold ace-king even with a backdoor. Why are you still playing those takes from like 5 years ago, eh? Something you must be doing wrong, isn't it? Here, snap, call, flop. I mean, he's going to have some ace-x. But I'm gonna range bet. I'm probably gonna have more ace-x. Still, I don't wanna bet under pairs. I block some his flush draws. 4 doesn't really block anything, and I assume the spot is gonna be a bit overfolded. I'm gonna bet turn and give up river. This guy, I think, is stubbing a lot from what I remember and from what my notes say. So I'm just gonna check. Here, gonna go big or check. Big like 67. And obviously betting the sets. There's a 7, not great for us, but we still wanna keep barreling some overpairs here, some good 10x, and considering it's not that great of a turn for us, I don't think we should go for overbet. And here, once we bet flop, I think tens is quite a nice hand to turn into a bluff, I would say. I mean, maybe not, because being blind versus blind, still gonna have... I mean, I don't think he's calling against 40 that many under pairs. And also, it's quite difficult to find bluffs on this kind of board, so I think I like barreling tens. Although I'm not super sure, so I'm gonna mark the hand for review. I don't know, I think it's been like 4 years since I went to Bali. I think it was 2021, right? And you were playing those before, isn't it? Where is everyone? Why are the tables so low? I need to deposit on some other sites. Guess I'm gonna open some 50 NL table. 200 is also dead. Ten deuce gonna be a 3-bet at some frequency, but we roll very high, so gonna make the disciplined decision. Here, 10, 8, 4. I'm gonna go polar or check, and king 10 is going to make it in there. Sometimes I roll 36, so I'm gonna go for it. I would bet this probably like half the time. I lost my RNG, I lost my RNG, I lost my RNG. He has 9 big blinds, a very small 3-bet, so I'm gonna call and take his stack because I flop 2 pair. Flop 2 pair. La 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 la. I'm not sure, I was thinking of stake.com. Wow. Okay. Deuce. Yeah, I was thinking maybe stake or maybe playing some up games. So now we know this Crown 69 guy is a fish. Okay, and now we have a straight. Arranged bet this. Fold, fold. 3-bet. Tens here, a mix between a call and a shove. Makes it quite big. Gonna call this time. And I think this is already indifferent. Without a spade, we can just fold. This guy's a recreational. I think it's very likely gonna see bet too much. Nice. Okay, apparently the tables are dying. I don't know where everyone is. During the winters and stuff, it was so much better. So much better. I lost my RNG again. Yeah, mostly folding still. I wonder if I can already fold to this size, but I guess we need to call one. Seven's pure call, another set. Come on, let's run like this forever. I don't hope. I'm gonna run like this in live games too. No reason to raise here. 9-10, gonna be a mix. Gonna 3-bet this time. A7 the same. Gonna call this time. Wow, we're basically nutted here. Cool. Thank you, Pinky Style. Good, I didn't decide to leave the table. King 4 should be calling sometimes, but I just don't think people find enough 3 bets blind versus blind to justify the call. Go deposit now so we can get more action? What do you mean? On stake.com? You said you played GG. Range bet this one. Not opening this with a recreational behind. It's like it doesn't play great out of position. So we want to open much wider when they are in position, but when they are out of position, that's really not a great idea. Sevens here, we call. Here another call. He's betting small on this board and we have a straight, but we roll very high, so I'm just gonna call. Obviously calling sevens, maybe very low frequency raise, and we roll super low, so I'm gonna raise. Against half pot, I'm just gonna raise here. Guess he just folded. Oh, you mean to get more action on the stream? I cannot deposit now. I still have some money on that shit GG site, so I need to take it out, and then I have to deposit through an agent. I definitely can't do that while playing and streaming. And right now my setup is not made in a way where I can I was where I can show more tables than I am right now, so you wouldn't get more action anyway. Here against the recreational that I assume stabs too often, I'm just gonna bet. And facing a check back, I think I can just double barrel this for value, especially when he snaps. This is some kind of like thin protection slash value bet. And now when he donks on a paired jack, I think it's quite unlikely he has something. Nice hero. Here it's mostly calling, sometimes for betting, but not too often. Very small 3-bet, so always calling. Here if you see betting too often, I guess 8s should be a check raise at a decent frequency just because they need protection, and also I'm not sure if he's also going to overbluff here that much, considering the last hand when we've bluff catch him. Yes, against these size we can go for another call. Nice river, hopefully he has some aces and gives us the stack. Aces, aces, call. Aces, aces, call. Or maybe kings. Hoo-ha! Nice, nice, nice! Give me all the monies, give me all the monies. This is mad. I don't think you should have ever used that size on this kind of texture, but we're not folding top pair. I don't like this, but limp raise, I think we can just fold. What the fuck is with these people? It's like they are absolutely stupid and terribly bad. Here I think I can double barrel 9s because I'm gonna get called by a bunch of flash draw stuff like 3-4 ace-3, and it's a hand that kind of needs protection, so I don't want to give away free equity. If he's stationary enough, might also call some ace highs. Ace 10 here, gonna go for a cold 4-bet. No need to make it too big. I'm talking about this spot. Here queens, gonna 4-bet sometimes, we roll very low, so gonna go for it. Easy fold. I don't like this spot, but we have to call. Nice, nice, nice. He has jacks. Queen on the flop, king on the turn, 3 on the river, and we win another stack. La 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 la. Running like a god today. Probably winning like 10 binds or something. What a flop. What a fucking flop. Come on, let's go. Told you I'm running like a god today, and every other day I'm running like a god. Every single day I'm running like a god. La 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 la, just running like a god, running like a god. This guy is gonna be a recreational player. I mean, yes, he's gonna have some better hands. Don't think he has 10-9 too often, but it's not out of question. He's gonna have some jacks, gonna have some queens, but who cares? Here, ace king, really not for betting all that often. Ace 3, low frequency 4 bet, gonna go for it this time. Here, this is super close. But the reason I called is because I've seen him go big on random flops in the past and then folding and then giving up. So yeah, here facing this size, I guess we could go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna check raise. I assume he's not gonna have enough no equity bluffs. Wow. These people are so fucking crazy today. Like, what's wrong with them? I can't believe how many binds I won. Like, it's insane. Here king queen makes for a nice bluff, I would say. Usually, okay, you don't see the table, so whatever. I'm hungry and I have no food. I need someone to feed me. Ouch. My legs are hurting. Been working out hard. I need a quick break. Fuck, I stayed in a very weird position and now I can't feel one of my legs. Sixes against this size is gonna be like 4 betting like 7% of the time, I guess, and then folding I don't like. Ah ha ha, no! I would have flopped the set. I don't like calling 3 bets at all against that size, it's a bit too big. Fuck, I can't feel one of my legs. Maybe I should stop swearing. YouTube is a bit iffy. Oh, wow, wow, my leg, my leg, my leg. Let's see if I have any notes on this Kateveke guy. Just fish. I remember that I must have some notes. Okay, be right back very quickly, I promise, promise. I almost lost my tables, but I did not. Not gonna stay much longer though, I'm very hungry. Asta e Tesla. Da. No. Yeah, now there's finally some people playing here, but I'm very, very unfocused. And unfortunately, I will close this stream. And I'm gonna find some food. Did I post big blind anywhere? I think I'm gonna play these 2 tables then until I get to the big blind. The way I roll, maybe I make some other stack. And then bye bye. Gonna call once. Hopefully we get a straight, a pair, or a flush. But yeah, he's stabbing big quite often on flops or turns. Aces, nice. Come on, come on. 3-bet me. I know you're tilted and you wanna 3-bet me, Dr. Lecter. And I know you wanna get it in with kings. I feel it, I feel it, I feel it. And I just manifested another stack, so... Let's go. This is 3 mostly folding, but I roll super low, so gonna 3-bet just this one time. Yeah, not really planning to see bet here 3 ways when Bijou also calls. I don't have much. Oh, I forgot to take this. King 7, sometimes 3-betting, sometimes calling. 3-betting this one. Okay, this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this session. I must. I'm curious how many binds I won actually. Let's close this table and see. I think it must be a record. Ah, it's not even 10. How is it not even 10 buy-ins? I thought it's gonna be like 12. Well, I'll still take it. I won 9 buy-ins today. So that's nice. Quite good for, how long was it? Almost 2 hour sessions. Okay, thanks everyone for being here, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow.